Right, because I'm my own person. I can't speak for all guys. That's like saying all women love pink and all boys love blue. That's just not always the case,
Right.
It's just to each their own.
Hi everyone, it's Angel and
Donnie.
and today we're going to be coming to you with a topic that has been requested of us to speak upon, and the topic is, are Asian guys into curvy girls or plus size women? And we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. You want to start, Boo?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I just want to say that I can't speak on every Asian guy or all guys in general, but I can give you my take and my opinions. I want to say that it really depends on each guy. So the answer is kind of yes and no. It's really to each their own preference. I want to say that it probably depends on what you're comfortable with, what you grew up around, because I feel like, and this is just theory, maybe if you were born in like Vietnam or China or somewhere like that, and it's nothing, predominantly just Asians all around, that's probably what you're used to. You grew up around that, you see all that kind of women just in that one particular small frame and group, right? Whereas I was born here in Texas, and there's a huge diversity of women here, and my own preference, I like them all. I don't really have like a specific group, so I grew up seeing all kinds of women, of all different races and sizes and shapes and whatnot. So I really think it's to each their own. So there's really not a like clear answer. It really is preference.
Right. And that's what I believe as well. You can't really just say, oh, Asian guys aren't into plus size girls or thick girls or curvy girls, curvy chicks. You can't really say that because, I see some Asian women walking around here who aren't, small framed, and Asian guys are with them, and I also see them walking around here with other non-Asian, non-Asian women, who are thicker and not the typical small frame that that is kind of stereotyped that Asian guys are only like small frame women, and I just don't think that is so. And just like Donnie said, is I really believe that it's a case by case thing. You can't just say, he can't just generalize for all Asian guys and be like,
right, because I'm my own person. I can't speak for all guys. That's like saying all women love pink and all boys love blue. That's just not always the case.
Right.
It's just to each their own.
But I will go ahead and speak on the stereotype thing, because I know that I was kind of drunk the Kool-Aid with the stereotype thing that all Asian guys are into, they're just into small frame women. And I have to be honest, because early on in our relationship, that stereotype was kind of, and it was in my head, and it began to affect me negatively, because I began to think, most Asian women that you see are small framed, and and whatnot and what have you. And here I am, I got hips and behind, and I got some meat on my bones. So I had all these thoughts going through my head just based off of a stereotype, and it really began to just negatively affect me, and it was almost a bit detrimental to our relationship because, I just began to think, oh man, like, you know, what if he finds somebody else that's smaller, or why is he, why Asian guys are into this, so why is he kind of talking, why is he with me? And I almost ran from our relationship because of my thought process and just generalizing Asian men as a whole with that stereotype that is simply just not, it's not accurate. It's not accurate. And it's funny because he didn't treat me like, I can, I can be replaced, or I want somebody that's small. He didn't treat me like that. He loved me for who I am, and he's always displayed that to me. But it was really me. It was I had to deal with what was going on inside of me, that that I had to just let it go, because it was, I almost ran from the best thing, one of the best things that's ever happened to me, is meeting him. And yeah, it was just a crazy ride, because, and I began to think, like, did I think this way when I dated black guys? And I didn't because black men, they are more prone to, go for a thicker chick, or, they like thicker chicks, with hips and the whole hoopla, they like all that. So, I was in my comfort zone. So when I stepped out of my comfort zone and, dated interracially, I was hit with all of these different things that I didn't even think would affect me. And yeah, it was to the point where I was just like, I began to push him away, unbeknownst to myself, but I began to push him away simply based off of a really mixed up, or just a really mixed up notion in my mind. And my mind was just taking it and just running with it, kind of, in a sense. And I really had to, take some time to myself. I didn't take any time away from my relationship, but I had to really sit down with myself and collect myself and say, okay, this is getting out of hand. This is not who you are. You're not some chick who's like, low self-esteem, and you haven't acted the way and your actions haven't been guided by that type of thinking. So why are you thinking this way now, when you're with someone who you've experienced the best things with, the best feelings with, and things like that. So it was really something that I had to get over and not let it run my life, and not let stereotypes enter in, because that's just, it's not true. And it's really, stereotypes are just notions that people kind of just base off of just one thing, and they kind of just, sadly,
they try and
generalize it for the whole
as if it's the norm or something,
for the whole entire race, or whatever. And yeah, and it just proved to be pretty detrimental. It could have been, I should say. So, are Asian guys into plus size women, curvy women? I'm gonna have to say yeah.
Sure, why not?
Sure, yeah. So if you're worried about that, don't be worried about that. Just be confident and believe in your own beauty, and believe in yourself, and put your best foot forward, and don't worry about all this other stuff or stereotypes or what you may think he's looking for. Because if he's looking at you and he's interested in you, then he's interested in your package and what you got. So
Yeah, I just want to add, don't try to please other people and what try to uphold their image of you. You know, just like Angel said, believe in yourself, have confidence. You know, you're beautiful in your own way. Forget what they say. If they're not into you, so be it. They're not into you. Good. Don't let them waste your time.
Right. Exactly.
So.
Yeah, don't let them waste your time. And I mean, you know, just a real quick funny story, you know, just kind of like to add to that. But I was at the fish market, okay, and at Super H, and this, you know, this Korean man, and mind you, he was an old son of a gun, okay, and I was ordering my fish and I was getting my stuff, and he began to make conversation with me. And before I knew it, he was asking me if I had a boyfriend. And I said, yes, I did, because we weren't married at the time. And I said, yes, I have a boyfriend. And he was like, you know, oh, is he black? And I was like, no, he's not black. He's Vietnamese. And he was like, oh, oh. You know, it was like, oh, that was icing on the cake for him. And then he goes to say, you want another boyfriend? Like, really? Really, sir? If you don't go sit your old ass down somewhere, okay? But long story short, all I have to say is, look, man, work with what you got. Work with what's in your hand. You know, don't count yourself out because, you know, you think that somebody else is not gonna like you for what you got. You know, put your best foot forward and be confident. And I guarantee you, the right guy will see that and will snatch you up. So
snatch you right up.
Snatch. Like, you know, like some more said, shoot, 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 shoot. But anyway. anyways, y'all. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, baby. But anyway, that's our take on this topic. So all my beautiful curvy girls and, you know, small girls, whatever, you know, you're out there, be confident, love what's in your hand, and put your best foot forward. And I guarantee the right guy will see that and snatch you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye. Bye.
Color shimmer, lights get dimmer, fog is setting in the Colorado in the winter. Your body flows like liquor, breathing in your words like you